Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. I do these 4 times a day, and yes, I did just in fact combine this and these into one word. It was sort of like these, but that happened. Lots of things happen here. Last night, I was in the middle of recording a video when my dad called. Boy, oh boy. You know, I really enjoy this show not being scripted. There's always going to be a place in my heart for improv as I get older, and I can only hope and really hope that I'll be able to obviously have the opportunity to, kind of perform improv around people with other people and more than just a few people watching. I mean, this is like a career kind of an aspiration for me. I love improv. I really do. I mean, I'd so much rather be on Whose Line Is It Anyway than Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy. And that's saying a lot because I'd probably give, one of my left ears to I only have one left ear. Anyways, and I wouldn't do that, and I don't condone it, but if I had the chance to be Jesse Pinkman before he was Jesse Pinkman and be on Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy, that's great. But if anyone ever told me that I could be on Whose Line Is It Anyway, I would attempt a backflip. And that wouldn't end well for me. So hopefully the show wouldn't be for a few months so I'd have some time to recover. But I am not joking. I love the show. Hey, anyways, I love improv. I love improvisational speaking. I just love you being a part of my experience. I do make 4 videos every single day, and if you've made it this far, consider subscribing. I haven't been soliciting lately. I really haven't been. And that's been with intent. If people are going to subscribe or they're not. There's a plethora of content for you to enjoy right here on this very lovely platform that I have in fact sold my soul to. If I could make sound effects, I would. The show would become very quiet and there would be crickets. Okay, so we're moving on now, but nonetheless, this is the only place on the entire internet that you'll find this program. I'm sure you'll find it somewhere at some other point, but don't be fooled. This is the only thing I know how to do. Is YouTube. So, it's why there isn't any other social media presence. You won't find me on Twitter, you won't find me on Tik, you won't find me on anywhere else. So, thanks very much for being here. Let's talk about something I really feel like is really important to me. And moreover, let it be known that when I do have the equipment to make videos, this is actually going to be the first video that I spend a substantial amount of time on with editing and real cool slides and the whole nine. You feel me? This is let it be known, right? Because I've yet to encounter a video like this on YouTube. And hey, all all the pirates for all the content out there, please don't steal this idea. This one I really like. So if you wouldn't mind, give me a month to get a laptop and let me make my own video, and then you can go from there. But this is really what I want my first video to be, as it concerns, again, shooting some footage, getting equipment, having proper lighting, and all of those things. But I do No Limit Records versus Cash Money Records. So the other night, I kind of talked about it for a couple minutes, but I really don't feel like I gave it the kind of attention that I really want to dedicate my entire first video to. And that's I want to make a whole hour video about the legacy and the history of No Limit Records and Cash Money Records. I don't think young people really understand, and I say this as an old man because that's what old men say when they're going to lead into something like I am, which is music was not just different back then, but it was a different kind of rap in that it still exists to this day, but the kind of hip hop that we all hear on the radio and stuff is definitely not the kind of politically motivated rhetoric that was really behind the very first the pioneers of rap, and I think it's cool to understand the history so that you can understand people like Master P and No Limit Records influenced the very music and the kind of entertainment that we all consume to this very day. No Limit Records was a record label that became famous because Master P inherited $10,000 and bought his own record shop and then proceeded to really be the first person, the very, very first person in the music industry to really sign artists, give them an amount of money, really pay them, for their masters, pay them for their contributions to, the production as it concerned. There's hundreds of No Limit CDs. Master P made CDs like I make vlogs. I mean, in that the volume is quite remarkable. A lot of these early rappers really put out a catalog of work before any kind of recognition, before any kind of notoriety. And it's those very people that have literally gave us Drakes and Rihanna's, and it's been a pretty big deal so far as the music industry is concerned. And all of the jobs that it's created, all of the good times that we've all had, whether that be in our private lives at home or, out in the public with our friends, or even just enjoying seeing some of these people perform. I really feel like Master P was, again, a legend before he was even ever known on the national stage, because of his come up, in that's true. I don't really, we can fact check me a lot, I'm sure everyone does, and it's really important that they do. But even as an improvisational speaker, it's really important that some of the things that I say I think are absolutely accurate. In fact, should probably be 100% accurate. And that's kind of where my confidence comes in. And it's a good thing at least I have that, right? Because otherwise I would be nowhere in life, trust me. But again, No Limit Records was started in that very way, through with Percy Miller, and through the money that he inherited, the $10,000. Turning that $10,000 into a $1 billion plus empire is not a bad investment. And in fact, a lot of businessmen would never be able to turn that kind of an individual profit in their own lifetime, which is what Percy Miller did. Behind the scenes, he may not be the rapper that is the Drake, or that is the Lil Wayne, or that is the Rihanna, but still, the guy has lots of influence in the music industry, and there are many stories, including stories of how he put 50 on, like 50 Cent. You feel me? Like, this guy's got a lot of respect throughout the entire game, and that's really important because that's how the game should be done. The game should not be run by, the puffies, right? Because that's bad business. I mean, you can't argue with that. Yeah, Puff Daddy put out a couple of decent songs. He gave us Biggie, which, we would have enjoyed without him, probably more. Anyways, what a weird guy. That's all I'm saying. When we compare that kind of a personality to a Master P, I'm with Master P. Because Master P conducts business like a gentleman, and his reputation speaks for that. Cash Money Records has a reputation. Both Slim and Baby, co-founders of Cash Money, have had their fair share of artists speak for and against them. But what can't be denied is the fact that it's those very people, Slim and Baby, you feel me, that own Cash Money and have single-handedly been the only black entrepreneurs, minority owners, to have been so savvy with their dealings in Universal Group so that they can continue to own the kind of percentages of the work that they own without question, and while getting paid. That's just being smart. And again, it's that very kind of intellect that has very much brought us a lot, if not most, of the quality entertainment that we've all ever experienced at any point in the last 20 years. So, I think that's kind of important. I think that rap has really impacted this country my generation a lot more than I think we could ever really give it credit for. I mean, again, I understand that the Xers got, they have like NWA and Eazy-E and Wu-Tang Clan, a lot, Public Enemy, a lot of these really cool, the pioneers, the founders of rap. But it really is ultimately, I feel like, a unique kind of a place to be in music history to see where the modern kind of rap evolved from all of those places, from the West Coast, the South, the East. Like, it's a vibe, and I that's a really cool thing about being an American. Not a lot of people talk about that, but I think we should talk about that more. Like, the world, like, America gave the world rap. You're welcome. I mean, as it is with how we make it, right? It's our own little spin on what other countries make, I'm sure. I mean, have you heard some of the bangers from all over the world? They're absolutely sick. So rap's not just an American thing, but I definitely argue that rap was born here, and that, we have a lot of history, and it impacts our culture. And it does that without you even knowing about it, because it's really, gone through all of every kind of media and medium, and it's incredible. I love rap. I love No Limit Records and Cash Money Records. And I really am going to do a video about it just as soon as I'm able to. So I really appreciate you guys watching the channel. It's been 11 minutes already, so I'm going to let you go. I hope that you guys have a really good night, and let's wait just a little bit longer. I think I might have a job soon, so that'll help. I'll be able to buy a laptop and make a video, and it'll be awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that. Bye.